My name's Adam Leonard from Blockex. We are a digital asset exchange platform we can manage the entire life cycle of a digital asset. We consider a digital asset anything that uses blockchain technology. So that could be a bond, that could be an ICO, or it could be a cryptocurrency. Here's a snapshot of some of the technology we've built. If you participate in our ICO, you will actually be able to use that token within a few weeks because we are live. Currently, the exchange is live. The brokerage platform called Blockex Markets is also live. We have another piece of technology called the Digital Asset Creation Tool. It's a bunch of technology that we have built to create financial assets using blockchain technology. Currently, it works for bonds and ICOs. For the bond product, we're in the FCA sandbox, and we will be testing, under the supervision of the FCA, blockchain-based bonds by the end of November. We also have a brokerage platform that we white label to anyone who wants to launch their own digital asset exchange or cryptocurrency exchange. It's really just a brokerage that funnels all of the trading activity into a central exchange. So think of it as London Stock Exchange or NASDAQ with a bunch of brokers that are funneling in traders into the core exchange. So before getting involved in the ICO market, we wanted to make sure that we had a really compliant product offering. Because we are under the supervision of the FCA, we needed to make sure it was a very clean product. And we also wanted to look at how things unfolded and see if there were any problems we could solve. Some of the issues that we have identified, we've been able to solve for, we'll show in this presentation and demonstrate through our ICO. One of the things that we've noticed is with all the attention on ICOs, there's a lot of, the quality of the ICOs are going down. So we put a team together that can help us really vet the ICOs that come onto the Blockex platform. Additionally, there is sort of an extreme lack of governance. And it's not just governance from the ICO issuers, even investors. You know, they're not really taking their time to understand what they're investing in. Some of these tokens really have no value, and you will never see any money out of it. So, you know, there's a real lack of governance for everybody, the third-party suppliers, the ICO issuers, and even the investors. The other thing is there isn't an ability for an investor to buy into ICOs currently using fiat currency. We've got a solution for that, and I'll show it later. The other thing that we identified is that some people are raising so much money without a working product, without even a full team, that there's a real risk there. There's a risk for the company, and there's a risk for the investors. So we put some mechanisms in there to protect the investors. If someone wants to ICO on Blockex and you don't have a working product, you have to agree to milestones. And as you hit the milestones, those funds will be released. That creates a different problem. Because of the price volatility of Ethereum or some of the other cryptocurrencies, you could, in theory, if you have a milestone-based release of funds, end up with 50% of what you're expecting. Now your company doesn't actually have the funds that it needs to run its business. So we have a third-party fund manager that will manage the funds on behalf of the ICO company and protect that investment for both the company and the investors. So what's the solution? Oh, sorry, one thing I missed is allocation. So everyone's tried to get into a pre-ICO or an ICO and just haven't been able to. It's sold out before you had a chance. So we put a pot system in place that will fairly give everyone a chance to buy into an ICO as long as it's ICOing on Blockex. So the solution, the pot system leveraging smart contracts for transparency, tranced releases of payments. This is done manually for now, but we'd like to put a smart contract in there to help with the voting for the investors to approve the release. That will be a future service. OTC desk for buying and liquidating cryptocurrencies. So a lot of the ICOs are now stuck with large amounts of cryptocurrencies, and they don't want to put it on exchange because it kills the price. So we have a trading desk that can handle that. Third-party services on the legal side, marketing side, auditing side. And in the future, we'll be able to sort of move a lot of these services into an online presence. So what is the Digital Asset Exchange Token? What is our ICO? On the surface, it's not very exciting. Yeah, it's not in there. On the surface, it doesn't seem very exciting. It's just your way of paying for fees on the exchange. But where it gets fun is that it is also you're guaranteed to allocation in the pre-ICO. So we will issue just enough tokens on a quarterly basis to match our pipeline of ICOs that are coming. So that will be 5% of the total volume of pre-ICOs that are coming in the next 4 months. So what happens is people invest in these ICOs, the Blockex token, the DAX, it burns. So it becomes a more limited supply. So now you can either profit by having a guaranteed allocation of future ICOs, or you can profit by holding on and wait for the demand for your tokens to go up. So there's a slide missing from this, so I'll talk to it. We've developed something called the internal digital asset token. Now, the internal digital asset exchange token. What this does is it allows you to invest into an ICO. So it allows you to, in our case, we'll peg our ICO to euro. You can use any type of currency that our platform supports, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, pound, dollar, or euro, and invest into the DAX, buy your DAX. And the internal digital asset exchange token is the conduit for that. So let's say you want to buy into, we're running on Ethereum, you want to buy into our DAX, you don't need to fund it with Ethereum, you can actually fund it with pound. The pound is pegged to the internal DAX, the DAX is what fuels the smart contract. So now you don't have a situation where, say we launch 15 ICOs next month, they're all running on Ethereum, the Ethereum network grinds to a halt. That's not going to happen with us because you're not actually fueling it with ETH. You're fueling it with our internal digital asset exchange token. This will also allow us to have other exchanges participate on ICOs on our ecosystem, so we're not creating a closed wall, a closed garden. Other exchanges will be able to participate in ICOs that are happening on our exchange. So how do you get in? You go to blockexmarkets.com. You have to go through KYC because we're under the supervision of the FCA, so everyone is fully KYC'd on the platform. We will have a pre-sale, a general sale, and then of course the second market because we are an exchange. We've worked with some partners to get this done. Iterative, who's here in the room, Michael Wharton from Who Needs Law. Both of them have some legal teams that we have worked with to help make sure this is packaged up correctly. We do have a few ICOs that we can announce here during the show, the ones that have agreed at least. So CryptoPay will be available on the platform. Yovo will be ICOing on the platform. Modex will be available. Where are they? They're over there. Modex will be available to be purchased on the platform. Avoset will be ICOing on Blockex. And what's not on there that just confirmed last night is Icon. They're doing a $500 million ICO, already substantially pre-sold. All of that will be available over the next 3 months. So our team, it's a mix of traditional capital markets people as well as blockchain experts. Some of these people you may or may not know. A couple of them are over there. We have team members, actually now it's up to 36 in the UK, Bulgaria, small satellite teams in New York City, Tel Aviv, Kazakhstan, and in Taiwan. Advisors, we have some capital market advisors as well, but we just picked 3 that people will know. So Eric Benz from CryptoPay, Trip McConaughey from BigChainDB, John Matonis, and hopefully we'll be able to start announcing a few more that the blockchain community will recognize. So if you want to find out more about the digital asset exchange token, you can go to daxtio.io. Blockex Markets if you want to sign up and start going through KYC for the pre-sale. And to find out about all the other things that we're going to be doing at Blockex, including things around trade finance, where we have a major announcement coming out at Sibos, where we're partnering with the largest sort of invoice supplier for 22 of the 25 largest supply chains in the world. They'll be using our platform to provide a blockchain layer, and then we'll create a marketplace for trade finance, leveraging their 22 very large supply chains. So that will be pretty exciting, and will be announced in a couple of weeks. And that's Blockex.